What's up, everybody? This is Josh coming to you with another episode of the Affiliate Marketing Show. Please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest affiliate marketing news, tips, and trends. Josh from OfferVault.com, the industry's largest aggregator of all things affiliate marketing. And today, we're very proud to say a big thank you to our new sponsor, Pinup Partners. And just to appease my co-hosts, today's ChatGPT read will be done in the voice of a high school football coach giving a pregame pep talk. All right, team, gather around. We've got something special to talk about today. Now listen up, because this is going to be a game changer for us. I want to introduce you to all our new MVPs in the room, Pinup Partners. That's right, folks. Pinup Partners is here to take us to the next level. They're not just any affiliate program. They're the direct advertisers of Pinup iGaming products. And let me tell you, they've got a playbook that's going to knock your socks off. First off, let's talk about their range. Pinup Partners covers more ground than we do on the field, with a wide variety of geos across CIS, Asia, and South America. That means wherever we play, they've got us covered. Now, here's where it gets really exciting, folks. You listening, guys? All right, cool. Pinup Partners doesn't just talk the talk, they walk the walk with detailed stats per player and an average reg to depth rate of 33%. They're setting us up for success. How do they do it, you ask? It's all about that registration funnel, local payment methods, and snagging those local licenses in select geos. It's like they've got the winning strategy right in their playbook. But here's the best part, guys. You got to pay attention, okay? With Pinup Partners, we're not just playing for the win. We're playing for the big leagues. Affiliates can earn more by teaming up with Pinup Partners. That's right. More touchdowns, more victories, more glory. So what are you waiting for? It's time to suit up and get in the game. Sign up today through the link in the description, and let's show the world what we're made of. God damn it. This is our time. This is our team. Let's go out there and make Pinup Partners proud. We also have Mr. Paper Call Adam Young, as well as the industry legend Harrison Gevirtz, and our special guest today, Mr. Van Oaks, founder of Go Media, a company that focuses on elevating D2C brands through performance-driven marketing strategies. He's also the co-founder of TuffRing, a company that offers stylish silicone wedding bands that are perfect for those who lead an active lifestyle. What's up, Van?
Dude,
I
think we should just wrap at this point.
I think that's as good as it's gonna get, man. You are unbelievable.
I mean,
you are going places, bro.
You can't start with a whistle sound effect and not go up from there. So
you go low energy after a whistle, fail. But I will give it to you, Josh. We're usually pretty hard on you. We do have an active casting call with all of the ChatGPTs and other competitors, but you did a great job.
Dude, tip of the hat to you. That was awesome, bro.
Then
I'm excited to be here, guys.
Then we're stacking the most important questions up front. So I want to ask, and everyone wants to know, what happened to the mustache? I don't know. For those of you that don't know Van.
Look, this is his LinkedIn profile photo.
Okay, thank you.
This
so
is
I always
advertising.
Van, I don't think we've actually met, but I've seen you at conferences walking around, and I'm oh shit.
Correct your statement there, Josh. You've seen his mustache.
No, I was going to say, I've always seen you and I've said, oh, that's the mustache guy. He looks so interesting. I want to get to know him. So I'm so glad that we're finally getting to formally meet. I hope to see you at a show. I saw you're speaking at Budapest, so maybe I'll see you there, but we'll talk about that a little later. So everyone wants to know, what the hell happened to the mustache, man? Did it get to be too much work, or what was it?
Listen, it's a whole thing. It's a whole, dude, I've had it for 15 years. No bullshit. Like, I've had that mustache for 15 years. And what happens, I'll be honest, what happens with it is I'm an anxious person naturally. And like when I'll be like on a call or whatever, and it has a big handlebar curl, right? And I start to twist my right side. But when you twist something every day, like constantly, it legit breaks off. So like what happens though is when you have a long one like that, to like it breaks off here, you can't just grow that back out. You can't just cut. So you kind of got to shave and start all over again. And my wife absolutely hates it with a passion, and she just puts up with it. So like I give her like I give her like a month break, and then like have a bunch of sex, and then I'll go back to celibacy and grow the mustache back.
So Van, I actually brought a mustache into my life a few months ago, and Adam and Harrison basically shamed me out of it. They were kind of my wife in the situation, but
That's
it's
funny.
a vibe. It's a vibe for a second.
I will tell you that when you see a dude with a mustache, I promise you, you think that dude fucks. That dude's a good time. You walk into a room, people know you have a good personality. Like, unless I guess there's cops and stuff, but most of the time, you see a dude with a mustache, you're like, this guy's a good time.
Yeah. So how's life going post mustache?
Not a good time.
Not a
Not
good
a good
time.
time.
Yeah.
No, it's like it's constant. Imagine just like you guys, you only know me from the mustache, right? Imagine every room you walk into, you disappoint everybody. Like that's literally the last 2 months of my life. Every room I walk into, everybody's like, "What the hell?
Well,
What's going
honestly,
on?"
Harrison's
Josh,
very
you
Like
vibe with
everything
that,
else.
right? Like
I was
every
gonna,
room you walk
damn it,
into.
damn it. I was gonna say Harrison's super familiar with that. You beat me to it. So Van, let's talk about the real reason you're here, right? Elevating D2C brands. So I'm curious, in your experience with Goat Media, what are the best approaches when it comes to elevating D2C brands in general, as well as specifically related to Goat?
Yeah, yeah. So, man, it's like a couple part question. Like one of the first things that like a lot of the brands that I work with, especially if you're a new brand. If you're a newer brand coming out, naturally you don't have any credibility in the marketplace and you're running paid ads, you're doing whatever, everybody's seen your shit, but nobody believes or have ever even heard of your shit before, right? So one of the first things that I'll usually work on with a brand that we bring in is I'll work on getting an influencer attached to the brand, somebody that's reputable, somebody that people trust, because for whatever reason, our society, they trust these influencers, even though it's probably most likely bullshit too, but they've built some sort of trust with their following to where when we bring them into a brand, and if this influencer says, I'm working with this brand, I love this brand's rings, they're the best, I use them, naturally you get all these people that don't even question your credibility. It's like, oh, he likes it, I like it, and they just buy, right? So that's like step one is if and that's if they don't have any credibility. If I'm working with a major brand, $200 million a year brand, like you don't really need any of that stuff. They already have that. But if it's a newer brand, that's one of the first things we'll work on with them is the influencer marketing strategy and the whitelisting of the influencers to run the paid from. And then the second part to that, kind of what I'm known for, or what my agency is known for, is running giveaway, running sweepstakes, but different than the affiliate sweepstakes that you're thinking. We run a lot instead of just like win an iPad, give us your email, and you just get a bunch of shitty traffic that doesn't convert. We do that every dollar you spend get you entered to win a truck or a car or a Lamborghini, and we actually really do give these things away. It's not like just fake pages. So the people that are coming in the funnel, they have money to spend, right? And what we find when we run traffic, when we run a giveaway like this, our just CPM cost alone, we'll reduce the CPM cost by 3 times just by running, because it's a marketplace. I mean, I don't know, I don't want to get way into the weeds on media buying, but at the end of the day, it's a marketplace. You're selling a t-shirt, I'm selling a t-shirt, but if you buy my t-shirt, you can win a truck. I'm gonna win all those auctions just naturally, right? So like your traffic cost goes down. It's just easier to get your brand out there and to get recognized by running a giveaway or something like that.
So I know you work with a lot of clients in a few different industries, including eComm, SaaS, and lead gen. I'm curious, specifically of those three, and you can mention any others if I'm leaving any out, but which do you find to be the most challenging and why do you think that is?
Um, Man, right now, I think eComm's in a hard spot right now. Nobody wants to talk about it, and I don't give a fuck. I'll talk about it. I manage a lot of clients. I manage a lot of brands coming through. I own brands, and the cost to advertise is going up. The competition's getting more and more. Now you've got TikTok shops coming in, knocking off your product and selling it for, a tenth of what you're selling it for. And it's just very hard to get. It's a marketplace. It's really hard. Not to mention Another thing that nobody wants to talk about, our economy is in a weird spot right now. People don't have the disposable income that they had before. And advertising is getting more expensive. So I see eComm hurting the most right now, and I think it's the hardest to scale up, depending on the SaaS platform. And lead generation's doing fine. You know, at least with our clients, lead generations is a constant for us that runs. And the SaaS is good, but I'm seeing more of an impact right now. Now, if you'd have asked me that 2 years ago, the answers would have been very different. But I'm talking like right now, state of the economy right now. I think eComm's kind of in the hardest spot right now.
Are you talking about B2B SaaS?
Not so much B2B. But and to be frank, we don't do a ton of B2B SaaS. We do a lot of lead gen. The majority of what we do is eComm. I would say 70% of my clients and the traffic and everything that we do is all eComm focused, but then I've got a lot of lead generation services too.
So I know it's you mentioned giveaways and stuff like that, but I specifically want to ask you about something I saw on your site, and hopefully it's still up to date. But Snapchat ads, Facebook ads, SMS marketing. If you were to like just pick one to really tell or to help a client focus on, which one's like the number one we're starting here? I know you mentioned giveaways, but if we're focusing like on the other three, or if giveaways is better than those three, that's fine too. But I'm curious, what do you think is the best approach there?
Love this question too, because like right now, obviously, if I'm bringing somebody in and we're starting from ground zero, where am I investing my money? It's going to be Facebook right out the gate. Like it always is. It's still the 800-pound gorilla in the room. It's still the most important platform, but set aside Facebook, you know, and looking at Google, looking at Snapchat and TikTok and all of these other platforms. I'm a massive proponent of SMS marketing. I think with the cost of traffic going up and getting people to your site is getting more and more expensive, whether they buy or don't. If they don't buy, you better be getting their cell phone number. You better be getting their email, right? And email is one thing. I'm like email, you got a 20, if you're good, you get a 20% open rate, right? But with SMS marketing, you've got a 98% open rate. The first thing you do in the morning is you look at your phone at your text messages. The last thing you do at night is you look at your text messages. There's not a single client that I'm running traffic and running all the marketing for that SMS marketing isn't the highest ROI channel for them. Not a single one. Now, obviously, you need lists. You got to grow lists. So like how you're growing these lists is important. How you're running the traffic to grow the lists and so forth. Getting the list is important. But if you're not leveraging your traffic to grow your list, like we run giveaways specific just to give us your phone number so that you can be on our SMS list, right? Because SMS marketing, I use full disclosure. I sit on the board of advisors for Postscript. So I'm kind of a lifer there. I spend a lot of money there, but it's because it's the best return for all of our clients. So I would say SMS is one. And at the end of the day, you want to own your data. At the end of the day, if Facebook died tomorrow, 75% of businesses would die with it. Literally just completely die because they're not omnipresent on other channels. They have no other marketing. They're so reliant upon Facebook. And at the end of the day, you're paying Facebook, Google, you're paying all them to access your customers. With SMS and email, you own these audiences, right? You can message them whenever you want. You know who they are. It's just, it blows my mind that more brands aren't more heavily focused on SMS marketing.
So I was going to ask, what's your thoughts? Like I get SMS. Oh, go ahead. What's up?
And like we can continue talking about SMS, but I do want to plug Snapchat too. I just got back from the Snapchat conference and I think it would blow your mind some of the data that just came back from Q1.
Let me hit you with this SMS question and we'll jump right back to that. All right. So I get these texts all the time and they're not shit I've opted in for. So like or list I've joined, anything. It's in my eyes, it's complete spam. I blocked the number, right?
I don't think Van is talking about
No, I know.
Text.
Okay, cool. Good one, dude. That's great. Awesome. So what are your thoughts on like using that strategy in that way, which obviously I'm sure is not the right way to do it, but clearly people are, and I'm sure they do get a lot out of it. I'm not the client, or I'm not the person they're looking for, right? So like, what's your approach on like when you have a legit list versus like data that you've purchased that has nothing to do with like anything you're doing and you're just basically throwing darts at a dartboard?
Yeah. I don't do that, just so you know. So years ago, like I've been in this game, I'm old as fuck.
How
And
old are you?
40, dude.
Me too, bro. I'm with
Gang,
you.
83 boys. So I'm old, but I've been in this so long that I remember when TCPA compliance on SMS marketing was so scary that nobody wanted to touch it with the 10-foot pole, because if you said something wrong that wasn't legally opted in, they were charging you $1,500 a text sent. It was putting people out of business. You know, they were sending text blasts and they were getting put out of business. So like everybody was so cautious, but then, you know, probably about 16, 17, TCPA compliance started loosening up. And then particularly in like 2020, it really loosened up. And then you've noticed in this last year, you're getting more and more spam text. That's just because the TCPA compliance has loosened up so much to where, you know, a lot more people are risky with that type of stuff, and you get a lot more spam. But that's not what we do. Like what we do is legally opted in. They know what they're getting. You know, they're on the website. They're opted in that way. We've got segments built through Klaviyo or with PostScript with these, and we're sending to people who legitimately want to be sent to from us anyways. There are VIP customers, but I don't do any of the blast to random numbers.
Yeah.
I
I
know it
wasn't
works.
I wasn't
Not what I do.
suggesting that you do either. I was just curious on what your
No, there are
opinion
people
is.
that do. I'm not talking
Yeah.
shit. There are people that do, and they're very successful doing that. It's just not what I do. That's not what we do. It's all very legal, opted in, and extremely scalable, you know.
So take us through the Snapchat ads side of the argument, because I know you wanted to dive into that for a second.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah, actually,
also walk us back to that conference you just went to. That was the most interesting thing you said. Tell us about that. I didn't even hear about
Yeah,
it.
tell me about
yeah.
what, because I think Snapchat's a hugely under thought about. People don't think about it until
I don't
recently.
know why I'm
Sorry.
mentioning it on a podcast that all media buyers are
Your
going to see.
CPMs are about to 12x,
Yeah,
Matt. Thank you.
like I don't know why I do this. Try to keep it
I
secret,
forgot
but
to tell you, but we actually have 3 to 5 times more listenership and downloads than the JRE podcast. So you're fucked.
okay. Oh, perfect. This will be great for all of us then. No, dude, like so I don't know why I got on Snapchat in 2017 when they launched their ad platform, and I was like one of the first people to start spending on it. I was back with Diesel Power Gear at the time. We had a show on Discovery Channel called Diesel Brothers, and we were spending crazy amounts of money on all platforms. And then we tested Snapchat, and at the time, dude, it just popped. It was so easy, great return. It didn't have the scalability that Facebook had, but like we were spending crazy amounts of money. And then that went really well. I launched an agency that was a Snapchat specific agency that was acquired back in 2019. So I sold that off, and then what happened was with iOS 14, when that came out and the Apple tracking transparency shit, there wasn't a platform that got demolished more than Snapchat. It really like Snapchat was notorious for bad attribution to begin with. So like it would just claim everybody else's sales and say it was theirs. So you had to have a third party tracker. But then when the iOS 14 stuff came out, it just really destroyed the platform. And I lost most of my like I had exited the business there, but like with all of my other clients, I would try to run Snapchat and it just wasn't great. It wasn't profitable. It would bring in a different age demographic, but it wasn't scalable, it wasn't anything. What happened was in Q4 of last year of 2023, they revamped their CAPI integration, their conversions API integration, and they completely redid it. So we started to test that. They asked me to start testing it again in January of this year, and it was a dramatic difference, like dramatic difference on tracking. They also opened up, they launched a ton of new products. They opened up a 7-day zero attribution window for targeting. They did a bunch of things, and in the last 2 months, this platform has just popped off for me again. And they called me last week and they said, "Hey, we're holding a direct response summit in LA. We want you to come to it because you're one of our bigger advertisers." So I went down there, and the CEO of Snapchat showed, there were 50 of us, and the CEO of Snapchat shows up and just starts asking Q&A. Like, people are just asking him questions. Like, no other platform will you ever see the CEO show up to 50 D2C guys and just ask, hey, how can we improve this? What are we doing wrong? What do you think we're doing right? And just, we spent a full day talking about it, and they released some of the information. Here's a couple big points. Everybody assumes Snapchat's a teenage platform. It used to be. Now those teenagers are all 30 to 34. The fastest growing age demographic on Snapchat is 30 to 34.
Wow.
So they have plenty of disposable income, right? So naturally, people think it's a younger platform. It's not anymore, and they have the disposable income. It's a fantastic platform to test. And like you say, I think Harrison said, you got $2.50 CPMs. Like, the brand awareness alone is worth running ads there. And you could do it target cost, you could do it however you want, but you need to be on there just to pick up just some brand awareness at $2.50 a average CPM. It's hard to match that, right? So I've just seen they've got a lot of incentives to get you to spend on there. And one of the statistics, people don't use Snapchat like Facebook. They're not on it an hour a day. They're only on it at like a minuscule amount of time. But what people don't realize is that the average Snapchatter opens the app over 50 times a day. It's used for text. It's used for communication. They're not doom scrolling on Snapchat. It's literally communication between friends, and they open it 50 times a day. But yeah, they're not on it a lot, but they do see your stuff quite often. So I don't know. I'm a big proponent of it. A lot of our brands, we push pretty heavy budgets on Snapchat.
We have a lot of clients that also do pay-per-call on Snapchat and drive a lot of traffic that way.
And one of the biggest ones out there that I don't do anything of is app downloads. If you're into app downloads, and like their platform is designed for app downloads, it really does push them really, really well.
So going back to Snapchat and SMS, I don't know how much of this you want to give away, right? It's like secrets of the trade, right? But what are like some of the best ways to get the most engagement from SMS or Snapchat in terms of the ads that, go in front of people looking at them?
Like getting engagement on it, or to get them over to the website? What do you mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, to get them over to the website.
So like Snap's a little bit different. Snap's a very quick 15-second, 30-second type of ad. It's direct and it's to the point, it's raw selfie style type of stuff. It's not overproduced. People are used to being very authentic and raw in that platform. So you can film stuff yourself, and it doesn't have to be fancy like a Facebook and a Snapchat or a Instagram ad and stuff like that. So quick, direct, to the point, get them to the website. As far as SMS, we do some really cool stuff with SMS. Like I've got a brand that, one of my giveaway brands, they sell merch, but they give away trucks and diesel pickup trucks. Like, I'm talking like $250,000 truck setups with trailers and everything. And we build out full funnels as far as like, we'll do conversational text with them, like, hey, what's your favorite type of truck? Are you a Ford fan? Are you a Dodge fan? Are you a Chevy fan? And they respond, Chevy, gets them put into a Chevy list, right? What's your favorite color? And we do a lot of conversational text just to figure out and build out segmented lists. So guess what? Now we're running a giveaway with a black Chevy truck with a black
etc. based on what the people like.
And I have a full list of people that love that exact truck. Dude, when I send those texts out, I'm not going to get into the weeds again, but like an average like earnings per text sent is like 10 cents, sometimes 15 cents for every text you send. Like when I send to these lists, we're getting like $10 per text sent. It's unbelievable, but there's a conversational aspect to it. When you're running proper SMS marketing, you're not just blasting every single day. It's like, here's our sale, buy our shit. No, it's like talking back and forth, and there's AI that's connected to it. We have a customer service rep and so forth, and a lot of it's automated. but there's quite a bit of conversational, like, what's your favorite type of truck? You know, oh, hey, you bought this shirt. Did you know that we sell this hoodie and this is this? It doesn't sound just like, here's 20% off. Here's a buy one, get one. Here's like constant just barrage of promotions, you know, it's conversation.
So you do a ton.
Hold on a second here. Hold on a second here.
All right. I did pause for like 2 seconds. I didn't hear anyone talking, but go ahead, Adam. All right.
Josh, he's old now. You got to go slow.
Yeah, true.
Come on now.
True.
Fuck you guys. All right.
Getting the handlebar in the shower installed for you, bro. I got your back, dude.
Right. Okay. So what I thought was interesting about what you said, Van, is how you are giving product suggestions to someone based on what they've previously purchased. Is this almost like assisted shopping at that point?
Yeah, it's all automated. Like literally it's all automated to where if they buy, like, for example, if you have a collection, which this brand does, they have a collection. It's like, we have this shirt, this hat, this hoodie, and it's all the same. It's the same collection. And they're just like, they just bought the shirt. So naturally, this is all automated. Nobody does this. It's all just automatically goes out. Once they get a receipt that it was delivered 7 days after, which gives them enough time to wear the shirt. 7 days after, they get a text and be like, how do you like the shirt? Did you know that we actually sell the hoodie and the hat that match? Here's 20% off if you get the full set. You know,
love that.
And nobody's doing like I'm not sitting here sending the stuff out. It's all automated and it's on every product of ours. There's a bunch of other stuff that you can do too. Like if we're having a rough day or if we have too much of one product, let's say we have, and Postscript does this, and let's say we have too much of this hat, we bought too many of them. If I go into Shopify and I reduce the price of this by 10%, anybody who's looked at this or added this to cart, they'll get a text that says, hey, guess what? The hat you were looking for, it's actually 10% off right now. Go buy it. And it's all automated. All this stuff's automated. So all you do is go in the Shopify, change the price of the thing, and then everybody that looked at that or in the last 30 days, you can set it up however long you want, will get a text.
Nice. And you know, Josh, on the old topic, Harrison was kind enough to book me wheelchair service for EDC this weekend.
That's sick, dude. You're just gonna get pushed around the fest. That's dope.
Yeah, I have security.
They're flying helicopters through EDC this year. Like they're just doing. Everybody can take helicopters at EDC.
Speaking of helicopters, Van, did I see you were recently in a sick helicopter?
Yeah, dude, my boy owns a Black Hawk. He's the only residential, like, that's not military that owns a Black Hawk helicopter.
Incredible.
Yeah, he's one of the diesel guys. So like, I was the CMO up at Diesel Brothers forever. Like we've been best friends for probably 20 years. And he's always flown helicopters, but to get a Black Hawk is extremely hard. I mean, they're military. You have to have a military license, so forth. And they just started to release them to the public if you have the right licenses. So he bought this Black Hawk. Dude, this bitch sits like 18 people in a helicopter. It's a party. Yeah, dude, it's a party.
How loud is that thing?
You can go. It's not as crazy. It is loud, but every single person in there has headphones and mics, and everybody can talk totally fine. But it is, I mean, it's pretty loud. But you would think that's something that doesn't get used a whole lot. Dude, we fly that bitch every other day. Like he's probably flying that every other day. We take it everywhere. Like you would take a car place, we take the Black Hawk helicopter.
Like what's the shortest helicopter ride you've taken?
Shortest? Oh, dude, we do like a block away. It's more of like a show up and I swear to you, it's more of a show up.
Where do you land? You take off. You're like, we're going across the street to dinner. You take off. You land at the same helipad and then walk across the street.
Different helipad, but literally a block away, just so that you can show up and land in a Black Hawk and walk into the event.
Yeah,
like there is a different level of I don't want to maybe respect or maybe just douchebag, call it whatever you want, but a dude that'll pull up, land a Black Hawk helicopter and walk out. It's just a different level of guy.
Yeah, speaking of events, I know you speak at a lot of events. Like I was talking about earlier, Affiliate World. I know Budapest is coming up. I think in September. I saw you speaking there. You know, Adam and Harrison are very familiar with the speaking opportunity world, as I know you are. So I'm curious, in your opinion, what's like the message you constantly are trying to deliver to the audience? And what's like one key takeaway you constantly hope that they leave your speech with?
That's a good question. I'm not a motivational speaker, right? Like that's not what I do. I'm not that type, right? When you get up there and you explain how you made this amount of money in X amount of time, that's motivation alone. But I'm not a rah-rah type of speaker. I'm a very tactical, like this is how I did it. This is how you can do it. You click this button, you do this, you do this ad. Like I'm very tactical. So like when I get up and speak, I don't like reading teleprompters. I don't like reading anything. I'll study my stuff before and then I just rip through and I don't read anything. I'd rather it be very personable and not sound like I'm reading from a teleprompter. But the biggest takeaway by the time I'm done is that I just, and I always implore people like, just fucking implement something. Like there's so much information that comes when you go to an event and you listen to all these speakers and every single buddy's like, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna write this down. And they write down all these ideas of shit that they're gonna do and they implement none of them. Right. So my whole thing is like, listen, I know there's a lot of information here, but these are very easy steps to do. Please just do these steps. And if you have questions, reach out to me. I just want people to implement something instead of just fucking like, oh, that was really good information, and then never do anything about it, which is 90% of people that go to conferences and listen to this stuff. They're like, oh, that was amazing. And they don't do anything about it. So I always just try to make sure people understand it's about implementing the shit or there's no point of even going if you're not going to implement anything.
You know, it's funny you say that. We are going to begin hosting events here. I know you don't know us very well. We bought a mastermind house in downtown Miami on top of a building. And so we're going to be hosting a lot of events here. And we spoke to a bunch of people about this, and like numerous people said to us, well, love the events, count me in, whatever amount of money, don't care. Can you help me be more accountable? And I thought that was a really interesting response. It kind of goes exactly where you were going with that, is like, how do you get people to actually take action? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And I think that's, you know, at least in the speaker's case, when we're on stage, if there's a lot of people in the room, you can reach a percentage of the audience. But I think the vast majority of audiences, they listen, they like the content, and then they go they go back to exactly the same routine they were doing before.
Yeah, one of the ways that that's exactly how they all are, right? So I work closely. One of the Diesel brothers, his name's Keaton Hoskins, the muscle. He has a coaching group called Limitless. He just threw an event here, has like, he had Donald Trump Jr. there, Tony, or like he has everybody show up to these things, right? Big, huge, big name speakers, right? And it's the same type of thing. It's a lot of motivation. But one of the things that he does really well that I think everybody really needs to do is have a coaching group, like have an app or in a group where everybody that comes gets thrown in. Geek Out, there's a company, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Geek Out. They have a Slack group. It's the same type of thing to where after the conference, at the conference, everybody listens, blah, 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 and then afterwards, everybody gets put in a Slack group or something where everybody's kind of held accountable. It's like, hey, who implemented this? Who listened to this? Did you hear this part? Did any of you implement this? Did it work for you? And everybody does kind of hold each other. Like it happens in Keaton in the Limitless Society, and I see it in the Geek Out stuff. They do a really good job with that, where most other conferences, there's nothing like that. After it's done, and nobody implements shit.
You pay, you come to the event, you leave, it's done. I think that's, you know, there's so much value that's left on the table if you do it like that. So much more.
Yeah.
Then tell us a little bit about TuffRing. You know, I saw this on your IG profile. Like I said in the intro, it's a silicone wedding band company. How'd you get into that? I just found that super interesting.
Yeah, kind of. So they're just it's a silicone ring brand. It's got American flag. It's got ventilation holes on it. So when I was up with the Diesel brothers, when I was the CMO up there, I don't know if any of you are familiar with a lot of blue collar stuff, but like there's a government regulation service called OSHA.
Yeah.
And we had a shop, and OSHA would come through the shop, and they would look and they would be like, take your wedding ring off. You can't wear a ring. Wasn't OSHA approved, because what happens when you work in the blue collar demographic, oil field, or a mechanic or welding or anything like that, and you touch, like you're welding and you touch that ring, it'll literally burn your finger off. Or it's called degloving. It's a really normal thing that happens in the blue collar demographic, to where people aren't allowed to wear wedding rings because it's not safe, right? So I noticed it there. OSHA would come through, and I was just like, there were a bunch of silicone rings out, but they were all pushing them towards weightlifters. And it was like, oh, like lifestyle for weightlifters, you need these because it's easier on your hand. But nobody was really pushing the blue collar demographic. So we made a ring that and a lot of the responses was like, I can't wear it because it makes it sweaty underneath and blah blah blah. So we made a ring that has ventilation holes, that made in America flag, the whole thing, very blue collar about it. And then we gave it a lifetime warranty, and said, listen, we understand you put your hands through hell, like all of us put our hands through hell, and you need to have a ring that you can wear that's safe for you to wear, where you're not going to lose your finger, but something that you're actually proud to wear too. And if you break it, it's the most durable ring out. We use fluorosilicone. It's the highest quality ring out. It really is. But if you rip it, if you break it, even if you lose it, I don't give a damn. I'll give you a new one for free, because guess what? These don't cost much to make. They're a silicone ring, right? They're pennies to make. But we sell them for their $40 ring. They're expensive ring, but we just know that people were going to lose them. We'll have to send out new ones. So we built that I started that in 2019, and it's just kind of been like a brand of mine. I've had a couple offers to acquire it that just were kind of garbage. So I just run it. That's just me. I have a customer service team, and I have a 3PL that fulfills all it. And then I do all the ads, and I do all the marketing, everything for it. It's just kind of me.
That's cool. I love that you stand behind the product with a guarantee like that. I think whenever you think about the consumer first, you're going to be able to build a really sustainable business. And I was literally just filming a podcast before this where we were talking about the fact that as consumers, we all want to be repeat customers. We don't want to just constantly be testing products and dealing with nonsense. Like, we want to find great vendors that sell us great products. And if we have an issue, they stand behind it, even if it's, kind of minor. Like you're talking about there, oh, you tore the ring while at work. It's clearly the consumer's fault. But, to your point, like, you just build it into your margin profile and say, you know what, I'm going to just be the absolute best I can possibly be to the consumer.
And
our
marketing angle is literally like the last ring you'll ever buy. You won't need another one because we'll send you another one. If you lose it, fuck it, whatever. We'll just send you another one. We got margin there. We're okay with that. But if you look at our reviews on like Trustpilot, like our customers are diehard. They love our brand. They really do. And blue collar demographic, they're very that way. When they find a brand that they like, dude, they will just keep buying. And it does need to be quality, and they'll spend a little bit more for it if it is quality and American made and all of the above. And they'll stand by it, and they'll buy from you again and again and again. So the problem with the TuffRing business, you want the negative side of that business, was that I made a lifetime warranty on a ring. You need one of them, and you never come back to buy anything else, right? So naturally, about a year in, I was like, I messed up. So we needed to branch out into other verticals. So now we sell like wallets, and we offer the lifetime warranty on every single product that we have. Same thing. Every product that we offer, we have headphones, we have wallets, we have whatever. It's got a lifetime warranty on it.
Then, curious, and maybe I made this up, but I thought I saw on your site it said something about a 97-year warranty. Is there some like psychology behind that?
You want to know? Okay. I'll tell you the honest truth. The honest truth is that there's a brand called Groove Life, and they have a 98-year warranty. And I saw that and I was like, but they were going after the weightlifters. And I was like, that's awesome. Like, it's just a cool marketing angle. 98 years. That's a whole life. Like, whatever, we'll do that. So we launched with 98-year warranty, and I got a cease and desist in about 2 months.
Oh,
And it
Nice,
said,
dude.
you literally, the guy was so cool. Honestly, the owner of Groove was so cool. And he was just like, you're really just gonna rip my exact shit, like, and use my exact stuff. I was like, I'm sorry. He's like, at least change the verbiage or change the years or something. I was like, cool. So we changed the 97 no BS warranty instead of a lifetime warranty, just because of the
Just
cease and desist. That's the honest
that's
truth.
funny.
so I got two final quick fun questions for you. One of which Harrison might go off on a tangent talking to you about. But are you still 6% body fat?
Bro, dude,
Fuck, dude.
I did
Was
my
that like,
research.
hold on. I gotta be a dick here. Did you do a bod pod or was that an in-body scan? Like let's go
so I,
into the
so,
All right,
so
so
we
wait, the
got this
backstory,
guy.
the backstory here is I was stalking Van on Instagram and saw this beautiful man chiseled out of stone. He said 6% body fat and he's ripped. So that's the backstory. All right, go
It
ahead.
was so I've always been into fitness, right? But like I would say in the last 6 years, I've gotten into biohacking and fitness to a level that's probably unhealthy.
Me too.
It consumes all of my time, and it's all I do. I spend stupid amounts. I don't even want to talk about how much money I spend on health, and just being in the best shape and as young as possible. But um, yeah, I've always been healthy and in shape, and I typically sit at about 11% body fat. I think I'm at 11% body fat right now. So like that 11%,
Ah, there it is. There it
really,
is.
that's
Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Do
11%.
it again.
Now
I won't talk. Yeah.
this is 11%, and I typically sit there, and I've never really been under, and I was just like, I want to do this, and I want to see how low I can get. So I took a full month where I completely cut out all carbs, and I everything. I was taking NAD, I was taking all of my supplements, I was running, I was doing all the things, and the big one was the water drink. I quit drinking because I like I'm a big Coke fan, Coca-Cola. And I
I
would
like
drink
the two-factor check there. You're like the soda.
I like Coke. But no, so I cut out the soda. So that was the big one. And I started like only drink water, and I cut out the carbs and just basically ate a lot of eggs for a full month. And I got down to 6% body fat when I was done. Now it wasn't a bod pod, just so you know, it was an in-body scan. So a full in-body scan. My wife teaches fitness. Like
It's
it's
pretty good. It's close enough.
close
But
enough, close enough to know for a fact that I was under 10% body fat. Like that was the
so I
goal.
had my soul sucked out of me a year ago. I'm a little fat now because I did a bulk hard, so now I'm cutting back. But I got pretty jacked. But this is about a year ago, and the in body said that I hit like 10%. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then I went and did the bod pod, and then I left in shame, dude. It was
What was the
like you're
bod pod say?
18.
18.
And I
I
was like,
don't
I
know about
fucking hate myself. And I went and had cake. Literally.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
fuck this. I've been hungry. Fucking working out. I'm doing two-a-days.
Dude,
Same muscle group. I'm always sore. 18, chopped liver. So don't do
yeah.
the bod pod. Just believe the in body
Well,
because
well,
I'm
and it's not
still
even
pissed.
like because I did the pinch. They did the pinch one at the gym. Like I've done a
That
but
one's
the
good.
only one I didn't was the bod pod. And in all of them, I was under 10. I was under 10% in all of them. On the in body, I was at 6%. But legitimately, I felt like I was at 6%. And I will say this: I felt like absolute shit. Like my energy levels didn't feel good. I didn't feel strong. I felt lethargic. It's just like the amount of work and effort that went into what just being under I look fine at 11%. I look good at 11%. 6% for what? For the misery that I went through for a month and feeling like shit. It's just not worth it, right? So no, to answer your question, I'm not still at 6, but I do sit at 10 to 11% pretty much
Man, I'm
constantly.
gonna I'm gonna inspire you with some words of wisdom from my trainer. His name is Jordan. He does watch the show, and he fucked me up with this quote. The quote is you got to be two something to do something. And I've proudly been in the 200 club for a couple months now. So
I sit
can do
at
something.
so I bolt to 215 prior
Wow.
to dropping down to 6. And I once again, I'm 6 foot. I was 215 and I felt like shit. I was snoring. Like I was
I
just
got heartburn when I was at the peak of
all of
bulking.
the
I never
above.
had that before.
I just did not feel good. So like I've cut down. I sit at 195 to 200 for the last year, and I feel amazing at a 195. I really like. I think it's the ideal body weight for 6 foot, like 195 to 200. I think that's amazing.
You think it's a 50-50 split between, actually doing the work and nutrition? Or do you think nutrition hands down outweighs the work?
I think it's pretty close to. I guess it depends on your lifestyle and what you're eating, right? But a lot of it has to. If you want to get down to the low body fat numbers, it's all diet.
It's honestly all diet, even if you're trying to grow muscles too.
It
Like
really is. It has a lot to do
it's
with the
fucking
diet.
wild.
But another thing that I see is all these douchebags that start doing TRT and then like sit on the couch and expect to get big just and then everybody will talk shit. They're like, oh well, you're on TRT is the way you look the way you do. It's like, motherfucker, I work out 2 hours a day every goddamn day. You'll tell me that it's because I'm on TRT? Fuck off. Like it's such a stupid, it's such a because I know a billion people that do it that don't look like me, so I don't know. I prioritize. I measure everything. I got Aura. I got Whoop. I do NAD. You name it. I'm if it's supposed to improve performance, I'm probably doing it.
I'll be honest, I hope my mom doesn't watch this podcast, but I like the equestrian products, if you know what I'm saying, man. I went
Okay.
hard.
Okay. Equestrian products.
Dude, I started eating hay. I neigh in the morning. Adam and I live together. He's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Brr." He's like, "What's going on, dude?"
And I'm
Yeah,
running
dude. I'm like,
circles
"Oh, it's all
around
good
his
enough."
back.
Yeah.
So
Full of
Van,
hay.
Van, unless Harrison's got something else for you, I got one more I want to hit you with. I see all the shoes. I'm sure there's some sneakerheads that watch the show too. What's your favorite pair of shoes that you own if it's within reach?
Damn, dude. It's hard to beat these just because nobody has these. I don't know how familiar you are with Kanye West, but these are the Red Octobers. Kanye West, before he went to Adidas, he was with Nike. And these are the Yeezy 2s. And I forget how many. I want to say they released 1,000 or maybe 10,000. I don't it says on one of these the number that it is, but these are hands down my most expensive shoes. And I wear them. I wore them on stage at Affiliate World. Like I don't stock any of mine. I wear all my shoes, but I've got the Dior's. I've got a lot of shoes.
If you don't mind me asking, how much could you get for the red Yeezy 2s?
The Red Octobers go for 15 to 20 right now. Depending on the size. Some of them go for 25, but I could probably get 20 out of those.
Well, then we have covered a lot of topics today, man. This was awesome. I appreciate you coming on. For myself, Josh from OfferVault, Mr. Paper Call Adam Young, as well as the industry legend Harrison Gevirtz, and Van Oaks, founder of Goat Media and co-founder of TuffRing. Let's make that paper. Let's make that dough. This was the Affiliate Marketing Show. We will see you next time.